Okay, Eric, I think I haven't seen anyone join in a little bit, so we can get started, and I'll just monitor as people join to accept people into the waiting room or from the waiting room. All right. Were you recording, Eric? Okay, perfect. All right. Welcome everyone to the 2020 Community Cup Team Captain Orientation. I know it's a little bit different than it's been in years past, but we're really excited to have you all here today. We really appreciate you taking time out of your day to join us as we talk through the event this year and what to anticipate along with some of those event updates. And we just really appreciate your flexibility throughout this whole process. So thank you for joining. The next slide. And then also a few housekeeping notes. We have everyone's microphone and videos turned off for the time being. If you have any questions throughout the process and throughout the presentation, please feel free to use the chat box down below to ask any questions, and we'll have time at the end to answer those questions. But also you can always reach out to me directly. And so this is kind of just the agenda that we're going to talk today. So those major updates, talk through those virtual events, our in-person events, charity challenge, and a practice and spirit sports points. A lot of what we discussed at the team captain Q&A will be discussed today, but also those new updates, including possibility for more points as well. So this is just kind of a quick overview on what we're going to be discussing. And now I'm going to hand it off to Eric to talk about those major updates for Community Cup.
Thanks, Erica. Nice to have everyone joining us for today. I'm Eric Archibald, overseeing operations for the Community Cup for the Year 3 event. It's nice to have their returning captains and some new captains join us today, and we're excited to share the updates, but really to kick off the Community Cup event for 2020. We do understand that this continues to be a unique time for everyone. We hope everyone continues to be well and everyone is staying safe and healthy. So whether you're in your office working from home or working from home, we are excited that the Community Cup has become here in Year 3. It continues to be a good opportunity for a team building experience, and certainly for this year, it may be an outlet to continue to stay on those active and fitness goals that you have developed from home. So first off to share of the new updates, since we were all last together, is the new location of the in-person venue. We've had to alter the location to be at the Fortress Obetz down in the village of Obetz. Wonderful board member of the Greater Columbus Sports Commission. They have been a team participant over the years of the Community Cup, and they provide a fantastic facility for this event, for this year's event. I do want to share that we did work with Otterbein very closely to make this decision. Based on the current situation, Otterbein's focus had to be kept with getting their staff, the professors, and the students and their athletes back to campus here very soon. So it was their preference to put a halt on all external events, and that came from an institution standpoint. That was not a decision made by the county, Franklin County's health department, or anything like that. I am happy to share that the county health department has approved all the safety measures that you all will learn about here very soon from Erica to make this a safe and secure event for 2020 down at the Fortress Obetz. So we are very excited about this change in venue. It's a fabulous venue, and we'll be sharing some maps and some photos here in a little bit, and we'll see everyone at the Fortress here in a few short weeks. Additionally, with the modified format of what this event has become, some of the virtual options that we have, we will be having all teams compete just in one division without the head-to-head events. We won't have the Division 1, 2, 3, and 4, but we'll be announcing winners in a variety of categories, actually. So whether your team is only capable of participating in the virtual 5K, for example, or just the at-home opportunities, we'll be able to announce winners and award these winners in separate categories instead of doing it by division. So those are two major changes I just wanted to share We're extremely excited about this year. And now to keep things moving, I want to give it back to Erica.
Thanks, Eric. So this is just a quick reminder of those save the dates and schedule for the Community Cup this year. So a friendly reminder that the virtual opening ceremonies is that Friday, July 31st, and we'll be sending an invite out to tune in for that. We're really excited. It's going to be a fun way to kick off the event this year. And then starting that Saturday, teams can start competing. So you can start competing in the virtual events. And then the in-person events are going to be that Saturday, August 1st, and then Monday, August 3rd. And then you can also be continuing to compete in the charity challenge. And then those virtual events and charity challenge will culminate on that Wednesday, August 5th. And then Thursday, August 6th, will be our virtual award ceremony. So as Eric mentioned, that's when we're going to be sharing all of those awards that different teams have won with the different categories as the overall winner. So we're really excited for this year. It is a little different, but we hope you stay involved as the event gets closer and just keep these on your calendars as well as your teammates' calendars. And now I'm going to kick it over to Ariana to talk more in depth about the virtual 5K and 1 mile walk and what to expect for your team.
Thanks, Erica. Hi, everyone. I'm Ariana. I'm in charge of all scoring and rules. As we've mentioned, we are trying to make this as inclusive for everyone as possible. And we know some people are more comfortable being solely virtual this year, which we completely understand. With that being said, we are going to increase the amount of points that you can win for your team for the 5K and the 1 mile walk. So previously, it's just been your first through fourth for your division and your age and your gender. And this year, we're allowing up to 200 points per the 5K and the 1 mile walk. So 5 points per person that records those times in the 5K or participates in the walk to a maximum of 200 points. But we will be keeping that 5K scoring traditionally with the 100, 75, 50, and 25 for those first, second, and third, fourth place winners. And that will stay within your gender and your age group. But as mentioned, we are now just one big division. I am happy to talk through any other scoring things with everyone. All the updated rules are on the website, so please use that as a resource. The 5K sign up is also on the website, so do that as well. And Megan and Riley will be touching base a little bit later on other ways that you can earn more points from home. And this is the 5K virtual sign up. So visit and sign up. I know some of you have already been in there. Erica?
Thanks, Ariana. And just a quick note about the registration for the 5K. If you are the first person to sign up for your team, you are designated automatically as the team captain. So that team captain will get alerts from each person that signs up thereafter.
And on that note, if you sign up first and you are not the team captain, you don't want those alerts, let us know and we can go in and switch it on our side.
Great, thanks, ET. Yeah, so that's just a quick note about 5K registration. It's just part of the system. But yeah, if you have any questions or if you are that person receiving alerts and you don't want them, feel free to reach out to us and we can change that for you. And so now to get to the fun part, which is the in-person events. So everyone should have received that sign-up link through Sign Up Genius to register for your time slot. So we now have a new format while being at Fortress Obetz that the field is large enough that we can split it into a field A and field B. So we will look at a map in a few slides to kind of get an idea of what that looks like. But when you're signing up, you are signing up for that specific time slot on that specific field. And if you have any issues registering in that sign up, please let me know. I know a few teams may have had issues trying to register, so I can go in and do that for you as well. So it is still technically a 2-hour window. We're allowing teams 90 minutes to compete and then a 30-minute buffer just in case you go over. But we will ask teams to arrive at the beginning of their time slot just to make sure you have ample time to compete and get through each event. And then in that time slot, it also asks for the number of participants. So this is just kind of an estimate of how many people you think are going to be participating that day. And this also helps our team prepare in case we do need to change the flow of the event, because we are going to be still social distancing and we want everyone to feel safe while participating. So just include the number of participants you think you're going to have. You can always change it leading up. I'll be in contact with you as well. And as a friendly reminder, the max that you can bring is 36 team members, so 4 people per the 9 in-person events. And then if we can go to the next slide. So this is just a reminder of what those in-person events are. They were previously known as the drop-in events in other years. So these are all the events that you can compete at in person. And then if we go to the next slide, we're going to talk about those safety protocols. So a lot of them are what we mentioned before in the team captain Q&A. And as we continue to follow all of the local and state guidelines, we'll be implementing them as the event evolves as well. And so as those changes are made, we will communicate to team captains. We'll be posting it to the website. You'll get emails leading up to the event. So you have all the proper information to prepare your team members as well, so they know what to expect when they're arriving. And so the first major thing is due to the Franklin County Health Department mask mandate. We are now requiring masks for participants as well, especially when you are not participating in your specific in-person event. So we will have everyone be wearing masks. So just make sure to share that with your team members so they fully understand what to expect when they arrive at OBETS. And then we will still be doing the temperature checks by the Ohio Health Medical staff, social distancing, so just make sure to stay 6 feet away from one another. There'll be plenty of space on the field to do that, but just a friendly reminder to share with your teammates as well. We will be sanitizing equipment in between uses. We're going to require teams not to congregate, so it's still keeping that 6-foot distance away from each other. We just ask you don't congregate while you're at OBETS. And then we will have hand sanitizing stations that I'll point out on our map. We'll have restroom access, and those restrooms are cleaned every 2 hours. And then we also ask that team members do a self-assessment of COVID-19 symptoms before they come. So this is listed on our website, but as a friendly reminder, per the CDC, these symptoms are cough, shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, fever, chills, muscle pain, sore throat, and a new loss of taste or smell. So if you or any of your team members do have these symptoms, please make the right decision not to come to the event. But we just really ask that you self-assess and share that with your team members as well. And then the next slide is a map of OBETS. So this will kind of give you a visual on where you will all be competing. So you'll be competing in that big field next to the Fortress OBETS Shield. And then the parking will actually be to the left of the stadium. So that is where all participants can park. We'll be sending out this map beforehand, directions, address, how to get there, and what to expect on site. So this is just a great visual to kind of get an idea of how to get back to the stadium. And then the next slide is kind of a close-up of what we envision the event to look like. So you can see over on the left-hand side, there's a yellow box that says check-in. So that's where teams will go through the main entry gate to check in. You will either have signed your waiver and you'll be on a list of names, or we'll have a waiver on site for anyone that does sign up last minute for your team. And then you'll go directly to get your temperature checked by the Ohio Health staff. And then as you enter, depending on what time slot you sign up for, is which field you're going to be going to. So you can see that there are 2 different entry points designated by those 2 stars. So either you're on field A or field B, and then you can see how each field has its own set of events. So our team will go with your team from event to event. And as we mentioned, depending on the number of people you have, we might change the flow of the day, but this is to give you an idea that there will be no interactions between companies at all, even if there is a little bit of an overlapping time. And then outside of the field, you'll see that teams will share a golf target, but you will never be competing with one another or directly against one another. And we also have that built out based on the time slots. And then the golf tee for team B is below, same for golf A is above, and then the home run derbies are separate on either end. And then on the very far right is the basketball shooting competition, so that you can see where field A's hoop is and field B's hoop is. So that's kind of a quick overview of the event. Feel free to shoot any questions into the chat box if you have any specific questions about this. And then the next slide is just kind of a quick overview on how to prep for your day. So as the team captain, we are providing all this information to you, and we ask that you share it with your team members so they understand what to do for the event. We will be sharing all of this in a little know before you go, one pager before you arrive, and we'll be sending all this communication leading up to the event. But this is just kind of to get an idea of how to prep for your day. So as mentioned, be punctual for your registered time. We will have the waiver online in a few days, so you can have team members that want to participate in person to start signing up through that waiver, and they can do it all digitally. So they'll be on that list as mentioned in the check-in, or we will have waivers on site. Make sure to bring your masks. Dress for the weather, so it can be rainy, it can be sunny, so just make sure to wear something that's comfortable for the day. We aren't requiring you to wear your team or company shirt this year, but obviously we encourage it. And then make sure to bring sunscreen, so anything to really help prep you for the weather. And then we are asking teams to bring their own water bottle or sources of hydration, just because we won't be having those water monsters this year. So there won't be any water refilling stations. So just bring your own water bottle. And then for golf chipping, we are encouraging those participants to bring their own clubs. Like in years past, we will have our own golf clubs there, but this is just for your safety and comfort as well. And then I am now going to hand it off to Megan Sexton to talk a little bit about the charity challenge.
Great. Hi, guys. Thanks, Erica. As Erica said, I'm Megan, and I help with some of the team captain liaison responsibilities as well as the charity challenge. This year just looks a little bit different in terms of the drop-off methods. The nonprofits involved for the charity challenge will remain the same: the Columbus Foundation and the Mid-Ohio Food Bank. And instead of us collecting the donations this year, we will ask that the teams that are participating in the drop-in events at OVETS will bring their donations on site that day in boxes. This is for the food bank for the canned goods, just labeled with your team name, and we will then take it to the food bank from there. If you are participating entirely virtually, we'll ask that you drop them directly to the food bank in Grove City, and their hours are Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And they accept the donations pretty much as usual. They will, be following social distancing, only allowing a certain amount of people in per time. But the one thing to remember when you drop those donations off is to ask for a poundage receipt. We will be scoring with pounds this year. So for every pound that you donate to the food bank, you can earn a point. So for those that are participating entirely virtually this year, this is a great opportunity to earn additional points for your teams. And this, like Erica had mentioned before, runs through August 5th. So you can start donating now all the way through the 5th. And also with the Columbus Foundation, there is the Kindness Fund where you can make donations. And for every $1 that you donate, we will also award 1 point. So for a maximum of up to 200 points for your participation in the charity challenge. So again, this is a great opportunity for those that maybe can't participate on site this year, to still feel involved and able to earn a pretty substantial amount of points. Something else to keep in mind, and this is all on the website as well, But some of the donation items for the food bank that are in most need right now are those cleaning supply items, household products, pastas, rice, proteins, and always kid-friendly snacks are welcome as well. So again, this is all on the website as far as the address of the food bank and the direct fund for the Columbus Foundation for you to make those donations. So yeah, so we hope that you can participate in the charity challenge component of this. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and enter in the chat box. Also, something else to mention, the receipts for any food bank donations, which they will give to you. You just have to ask for the poundage receipt, or for the Columbus Foundation financial contributions, you can just email those over to me. And then we will go ahead and add those points to your total. So I am going to go ahead and pass this off to Riley, who will talk a little bit about other ways to earn points virtually through social media.
Yep. Hi, everybody. So like Megan said, just a few ways that we have added this year for you to earn some additional points, both before the competition begins and during the competition, by doing very simple things. It does not require you to be on site at all. This is all done over social media. So the first of those is going to be our practice points. So we've introduced a practice challenge this year. I think I talked about it during the Q&A, but just a reminder that this is a way you can encourage your team members to start earning points for your team starting right now, all the way through the competition. You guys can be posting on your social media of all the different ways that you have taken our in-person events, be it Frisbee, cornhole, wiffle ball home run derby, anything, and started to practice it at home or at the office if you're in the office and you guys are bored on your lunch break. So all you guys have to do is take a video, take a photo, post it on either your personal accounts or your organization's account, your team account, and tag us and tag CBUS Community Cup. So we will be seeing these points and tallying it up. Each post that you guys do for the practice challenge will be 1 point, and you can earn a maximum of 50 points now. So we have upped that so that you can get even more points for the efforts that you guys put forth on your social media. We really want this to be engaging for all of your team members, even those who might not make it out on the day of your drop-in events. So very exciting opportunity there. The second one is going to be our Spirit of Sports Awards, which are also new this year. So that's going to be during the actual event window. So starting on August 1st, we want your team or a team member, be it you, the team captain, or maybe your most social media savvy person on your team, to show us basically your team spirit. So since we are not able to have a tailgate zone this year and we're really not congregating on site, we still want teams to be excited about participation. So this can be a team photo, this can be a message on poster board, this can be anything that we want you guys to post on social media. Same thing, you'll tag us, tag CBUS Community Cup, and show us basically your team pride for Community Cup and your team this year. That is going to be 10 points. It's for one single post. You guys do not have to do it more than one time. So two really exciting opportunities, one that's going on right now. So definitely, go back from this team captain orientation and tell your teammates that they can get started with the practice challenge. We are actively monitoring that. Same as last time, I did want to give a quick note that if you are posting from a personal account and you tend to keep your accounts private, that's totally okay. We just want to make sure that we are still seeing the things that you are posting. So go ahead, and if you guys are private, take a screenshot and send it to your team captain, start to compile those, and then you can pass it along to Erica, and she will make sure that we're counting it for your team. That way, we're just making sure that we are tallying each and every post. I don't want anything to get lost because you guys obviously are keeping your social media accounts private, which is perfectly fine. So I saw we already had one question, so I was just going to address it as it came up. Somebody asked if you can post on LinkedIn. That's totally okay as well, but with those, I would encourage you to post it and then take a screenshot and send it just to make sure we count it, because we are not getting the notifications kind of as instantaneous as we are on the other social media accounts. So great question. We obviously encourage it. I think from a team camaraderie perspective, LinkedIn is a really good outlet for that. So great question. I appreciate you asking. If you have any other questions about that, please drop it in the chat function and we can address it. And I think that's it for me. I'll send it back to Erica.
Thanks, Riley. So we understand that was a lot of information and a lot of it was repeated from the Q&A. I just want to thank all the team captains again for your flexibility and being so accommodating during this time, just because this event is ever changing, as this situation is ever changing. So as things evolve, we will definitely communicate it to all of you. As mentioned, use the website as a resource as well. That's where we're updating all the information and things to expect, and feel free to share those links on the website with all of your team members as well. Do we have any other questions? And if you don't feel comfortable asking it in the chat box now, feel free to always reach out to me directly. We are really excited to do this event, and we are excited to have you come to Fortress Obets, check it out, the new location, and compete in these in-person events and virtually. And if we don't have any other questions, team, do we have any other comments before we head out? I'm sorry that all the team captains don't get to leave with fun folders this year full of like fun maps and tailgate zone things, but next year for sure. And I see that Jacob's really excited about bringing the event to Obets. So thanks everyone for joining today. We're just really excited to do this event, and we can't wait to see you, all of you or most of you, in person come Saturday and Monday in August. Thanks everyone.
Thanks all.